Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new Idle Huntress video. Today's video is going to cover Beethoven and the rerun of the Firework Festival. This is actually a rerun of an event, but if you're an old player like me, then you've seen this before, but they haven't done it a second run, not that I know of. I think this is actually, the third. But let's get right into it. So we see that they have, nerfed the daily login rewards for some reason. I don't know why. They look like they were turning a new leaf with, a lot, like I think, what was it, 40 or 50 chance plus tickets, and then like dark shards or like dark tickets. But now it's just 20 chance plus tickets, sadly. Also here we have the goldfish minigame, and you'll get those goldfish catchers by completing your daily challenges, right? Here is your rewards for filling out the jigsaw puzzle, and you're going to want to do that before you, set any fireworks off. And if you're, rolling for Beethoven, which I suggest you do not, but that's a good way that you can get that crystal top up if you so decide to. But we'll get into, why you shouldn't, as well as if you spend up to $600 a day, then you'll get around 80 fireworks a day. That's a little bit rough math there, but you can do the numbers yourself. But that top up will reset every day. Here, every time you set up a firework, those are your percentages. But the real part of this event are these rewards. There is no exchange shop, sadly, so it's just this. Set off those fireworks and get whatever can drop right from those other percentages. But we see here there is a total of 300 like dark shards up for grabs, as well as a lot of chests. But the big rewards are going to be the red dragons. You have the 4 elemental, and then you have down below the light and dark versions that only come in the red variants, right? And so in order to really get the most of this, because the 900 850 are a waste, the 800 is giving you 300 light dark shards, and then you get both of those dragon chests. So 800 is gonna roughly cost you $6 grand. Like if you're just spending the 600 maximum every day for the next 10 days, boom, you'll get it, and then that's $6 grand. But give or take, your crystal spending, that does not reset. That only is just a one-off. So sadly, you can't make do with spending up to $6 grand. What are you spending $6 grand on, right? Definitely. And then you can't even use the crystals. So in the event that you do want to get all the shards and the dragons, it's going to cost you roughly around $6 grand to 4,500. I'm sure someone can do the math on that one for sure, but definitely I do not recommend you spend that much if you are desired to get those dragons red level. I swear there's going to be another event that's going to have a way better return on investment on, so definitely do not spend anywhere near that amount of money, especially with Beethoven out. It is not worth the time. If they run another event similar to this, with Takeda in 2 weeks, go for it. But obviously spend what's reasonable with your budget. Next, we have the firework jigsaw. So make sure to fill this out before you start firing any of the fireworks off, because you'll get 10 chance plus tickets after you complete the board. This sadly does not unlock another shop like it usually does, but fill it out. A nice picture for you, with Chiome and Huang and Date. So definitely, fill it out. There you go. And then this is what firing off a firework looks like. And then we just got some red shards, nothing too special, nor that I expect anything too special. And there we go. We have a 1 set off firework. Next, we have the little goldfish event. So you're going to be able to get the little fish catchers by completing your daily quests. And as you can see, it's just a QTE. Just hit it when you're getting the block. It's pretty easy, except the very last one. It goes very fast. But as you can see, you can just wait it out to come back, and then you get more fireworks, and you get little gold and level up crystals, right? So pretty, I don't know, kind of lackluster of an event, not gonna lie, because the only people going to be able to do anything are the people who are spending bands every day anyway, because they're nuts and they're graying out their shop. And yes, I mean graying out their shop. But also the nice thing is we still have the discounted shop here, but once again, they also didn't keep the chance plus tickets in that shop. I think that shop was only special for the first anniversary. That was probably the only thing cool with the first anniversary. But last but not least, we have Fortune Cat, which as long as you have, I believe, the bare minimum you need to get all the attempts is 24,000 crystals to begin with, and then you'll be able to do all 5 rolls, I believe, and you're expected roughly between 8,000 and 10,000 crystals on this. I think, 8,000 to 12,000, I think is roughly your range. I usually get 10 grand in terms of extra crystals, so definitely 24,000 is the ballpark you need for every month, right? It should be the first Friday of every month is when Fortune Cat comes out if you're a new player, or if you're a player who hasn't realized that yet. There you go. So here we go, moving on to Beethoven. Beethoven is the newest Season 2 girl, also known as SRR+, and she is a Wisdom Wind unit. So, that's a pretty cool... I mean, the Wind team has been kind of lackluster recently. All you really have still is Take, who's, tried and true, and then you have Ashikaga, who is great if you were able to afford her, but definitely Beethoven, I'm going to go straight to it. Do not spend on her. She's bad. Her kit looks cool, but she's bad. But I'll get onto that at the very last thing, and as you can see here, we get her on the 60th pull. What I'm doing over on the Discord, if you want to join it, is I'm collecting everybody's pull stats at the various levels that they pulled, like a copy, not counting pities, so that we can do a new statistical, analysis of what are the new pulls going on right now, because they changed them a little while back when Pandora came out, and they, no one's really nailed them down. We know our ranges, but, I could do some little stats regression stuff on it and, give us some actual expected rates to give people an idea of, what is the, worst outcome that they could expect, right? And so they to bet on that one, right? But without further ado, let's get right into her kit. So her first skill is Magic Time. This is going to deal 100, 150, and 200% magic damage to 3 enemies with the highest speed. This is then going to have a 30, 40, and 50% chance to send them flying. This is the knockup, traditionally like with Ashikaga, with Take, and Octavius, and Da Vinci, right? Cool, okay, she's got knockup, right? However, it's less than 50% chance, right? It's, even at 6 stars, right? That's kind of iffy, right? It's cool, it's there, but, we won't count on it because it's around 50%, right? So moving on, we're going to her Ultra Skill, Growing Climax. I'm going to call this Crescendo from here on out for obvious reasons, and let's get right into it. Beethoven's Ultra Skill heals her allies by 60, 70, and 80% of her attack, and then has a 15, 20, 25% chance to grant Crescendo to all Wind allies, and then does 180, 210, 240 magic damage to all allies, and has a 15, 30, and 45% chance to send them flying. So good, cool, we have another knockup. Healing, it's there. Non-existent, right? It doesn't matter. All these units, especially Zhao, is doing so much damage, especially on this ult turn, that the healing doesn't even matter. It's negligent because, everyone's getting whipped the moment, Zhao lets off and then gets through Take's shield. So the healing, it's there, but, it's not going to be useful because if you make her too fast, she's going to heal before she even gets, before anyone gets attacked. And if, you name it, right? Bad. So what does Crescendo do? So Crescendo is going to gain, it's going to allow the up to 2 allies to then be, to ult twice during that round. Once they ult, they'll ult again. So this seems pretty cool, right? Except they only have a 25% chance of doing this. So once again, it's really cool. This is a really cool thing, except it's just not reliable enough. Anything that's below 50% as a chance, plus like a percent chance in this game, don't worry about it. Don't bother. Don't believe it's gonna happen because, especially with Guild War, that's when attacks need to be consistent, accurate, and you need to know what you're doing when you're doing it, right? So you do not want to gamble with Beethoven. And as you can see, that's all we're doing with her kit so far, and it doesn't get any better. Her first passive is Outburst of Inspiration. There is a 40, 60, and 80% chance of activating her first skill instead of a normal tag. So great, more damage to the enemies with the highest speed, 3 of those, and then, the percent chance of sending flying, more knockup. It's okay, right? There could be better ones, but definitely that means that's turn 3. That's turn 3 of an auto attack that may or may not come to fruition because everyone gets wiped by turn 2 if they're not frozen, bind, CC'd, you name it, right? Or stunned, right? So it's there, but extremely unlikely to happen. Next, we have her stat passive, Intoxicated. This is going to give attack and HP to 15, 20, and 25%. These are pretty good. We need the HP just to stay alive longer, and we need the attack to give her better healing. But once again, you're not going to get her, so it doesn't really matter. Next is her EE, Immersive Experience. So her EE, while Beethoven is alive, all enemies that are sent flying have a 5, 10, and 20% chance of being stunned for 1 turn. Great, she has a stun ability. What? 20% chance? That's not happening. Even though if you had an army of people who do the knock-up and the slam, that, is great, and you're increasing your chance of happening, just like we're seeing here. Boom, that was 2, that was, you name it, right, knock it up. However, that's still 20%. It's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen, especially within the first 2 turns. And if it does happen, great, you got lucky. But regardless, it's not something you want to bring into Guild War. During PvE stuff, that could be helpful. If you're playing Queen's Tower and you really, really need that stun on like a Thor or something, you can run Queen's Tower or the story mode as many times as you want. But Guild War, you got 2 attacks, make them count, and percent chance is just not viable. So I really hope I've hammered this in, and next we'll move on. So her Ultra skill is Perfect Pitch, and at level 1 at the start of battle, your team's attack is increased by 50% for 2 turns. This is cool, very straight to the point. This is the only thing like definitive of her entire kit as soon as you get her to 6 stars. So hey, that's great. They're doing extra damage and stuff, which is cool and all, but definitely this is nothing. Absolutely nothing like the actual skill it's supposed to be. However, that actual skill is reliant on there being UR girls on your team. If you want to know more about that actual skill on the JP side and the UR skill that it will become, feel free to jump on the Discord and read up on it. Last but not least, we have badges and runes. For runes, we're going to red and to orange. We're going to go agility. We want that 50% attack. That's what we have the combo aggressive runes. We're going to go, HP and then additional attack. The more attack, the more healing she's doing, as well as because when she does become a UR at level, or when she gets to level 6 or star 6, right, she's going to get that increased HP, increased attack, doing more healing for your team if they survive with Take shield. That is more likely, but give or take, it's just a really weird predicament. The healing is cool and all, but it's just not enough, especially like Copernicus. She's doing 300% of her attack, where, Beethoven's only doing, let's see again, only 80% of her attack. So you can do the math on that one. Copernicus, if you want healing, you get Copernicus at EE50. It's just as simple as that. Almost 300% of her attack gets turned into healing, right? She can out heal people, at the top level in terms of, winning a whole fight, like winning a defense because they couldn't kill a Copernicus in time because she just out healed any damage, right? Okay, great. Next for badges, we're going to go speed, attack, and or HP. So here, you get the agility. I guess people are running it so that she gets those knockups off and, you get the stuns as early as possible, but it's still kind of And then we definitely need attack on here so we get more healing. And then people, I guess, run HP instead of speed in case she's dying too quick and like needs more health so she can get the healing off. But if she's dying, the rest of your team is dying because they all have similar HP to her, right? So HP, I can see reason why. I just don't I think it'll be too late if you need the HP. That's just my synopsis on it. But with that taken care of, let's get into the pros and cons from the community Discord and then my verdict. So for pros, it's really nice. You have the synergies with all the knockup girls, especially Take on the slams. She's got a great 50% attack up on the first 2 turns, which, that goes into synergies with Take once again because her shields are based off her attack, right? She's really good at speed because obviously at 6 stars you get that extra speed. You get that extra 100 speed at 6 stars, as well as her base speed is 179. So it's pretty good, but, once again, nothing to take home about. And the bond that she offers with Carmen is really great. If you really, really want to star her, that's pretty much the only takeaway from this entire thing is you'll get the nice attack bonus and, everything else from the bond with Carmen. I myself I did get her to 2-star so I could get the 8-star bonus on the bond to get that HP bonus, which is pretty nice. But besides that, you really don't, you don't want anything else more. So for cons, her whole kit is, percent chance. I think I've hammered that in to you guys pretty well. No matter how cool you think the skills are, percent chance is the death of you, right? It doesn't matter how cool it is. If it's got less than a 50% chance of happening, it's not going to happen, right? So, take that as you will. If you want to gamble. I'm not, that's why we all play this game, right? So definitely, play smart. That's all I can tell you. It's your money. Spend it however you want. Now, her EE, it's just like a meme. Why ever give less than... you know, at EE50, it's still 20% chance of stunning somebody. You know, like, why? There's so many better stuns. Like, just put Hannibal on the team if you want stuns. And those are guaranteed stuns. So, once again, just an absolute joke of, like, skill. So, and then, like I've hammered in, her healing, there's no point. There's no point. If she ever has the opportunity to heal, everyone else is already dead. If she's not dead herself. So, yeah. And her her UR skill is nothing like the JP one. It's still nice. You get the 50% attack for 2 turns, but because it revolves around there being UR girls on the team, they obviously couldn't have put it in. So for my final verdict, you are hard skipping this character. Please, I beg you, please save your money. Do not spend on this character whatsoever. Only pick up one if you are a collector like myself. And any other stars that you do get on her is only justified by the bond with Carmen. But definitely, there are so many other girls that haven't even come out yet. But even the ones that have come out yet, you know, there's only 15 slots you could put on, you know, a Guild War team, and Beethoven does not fit any of those because there's so many better options. So definitely, do not spend your money on Beethoven. I repeat, do not spend your money. However, the nice thing is that they added Takeda to the shrine so you can read her skills. And if you read, you notice that she's just Honda 2.0, because even though Honda's supposed to get a UR upgrade, Takeda is just Honda but better because she's a plus, or she's a season 2 girl, but also, you know, just does Mad's amount of damage mitigation that does even better than Honda, as well as she provides this like other, I forget what it's called, but it's another type of like a debuff that matches every burn mark that the enemy has. And this debuff, for every stack they have, it takes away 3% of their health. 3% of their health, not Takeda's attack, you know, just it's pure damage, right? So you can build Takeda pure defense and pure health, right, later on. So I'm gonna do a video on her. I'll have her maxed out. You'll love it. That's going to be a good character. She is going to come out in 2 weeks. They already put her in the shrine, I think way too early, but that gave us a dead giveaway, as well as you can see her frame, her character frame, and her little her unit icon in the game already. If you go to your little settings, right? But definitely, if you want to spend right now because of the firework event, only spend on tickets to save for Takeda. Takeda will come out, I repeat, in 2 weeks, and she will break the meta once again. The meme on the community Discord is Zhao, Prom, and Takeda are Exodius. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference if you don't get that. Those 3 will kill any team, unless one of them gets dodged, right? But besides that, that is like, those 3 make up the new burn team. It doesn't matter who the other 2 girls on that team. Those 3 will wipe any team that isn't, you know, Thor, who won't, zap them immediately, or Dodgy, who'll take one of them out, or like Angel, who won't die for a second but then will die as soon as they do anything after 2 turns. But you know, definitely save your money, save for Takeda. She's coming out next. Save your money. So I think that covers it, guys. That was a lot to cover for such a useless character. I think you guys get my opinion of her. Looks great. Her art is fantastic. I kid you not, it looks great. However, the devs did a terrible job using their brains and creating another fun character for the win team. But it's not too shabby. You know, it is what it is. Takeda will come out later, and we get to save our money. So, for now, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like down below, and, you know, put in the comments, what did you like, what did you didn't like, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.